Whee! This should all be working. I don't know how the audio sounds, but hopefully well. Hopefully sounds good, eh? Oh, you're gonna be able to hear my chair squeak today. Oh yeah. Woo! I really hope audio sounds not garbage. It's the only thing that I hope. Okay, so everything is ready. I think audio is going to sound really distant. I probably should pull it up and have a look. Da 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 da. I need audio. Da 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 da. I need. Sounds okay, I guess. Let's go. Okay, so I'm just gonna dive into this. I'll highlight this later so I don't need to wait for Franz to be here or anything. I can just dive right into this analysis. Let's have a look. Hey, Nath. Welcome. Does the audio sound okay to you? Sounds okay, I guess, to me. Not as good as usual, but it won't be. So, let's have a look. Slow menu, but I mean, that's fine. The menu will take not that long to get used to. Hey, Scotto. How you going? Hopefully better than my microphone. Got him. Audio's fine? Good. You did the decoy switch. Good job, Franz. I'm proud of you so far. Like, so far you've lost a second. But that's nitpicking. Not even a second. Like, menuing could have been quicker. And that's it. It's like all the time loss you've had so far. You long loaded, but that gets timed out. You haven't got an optimal file, and you did the wrong menu. So... Actually, no, that is optimal menu, because you don't use plasma coil in this category. I don't know why you haven't put on shield yet. I don't know why you're not using shield. You should just use shield. You can put on shield in the charge up to the button, and it saves so many runs just because you don't bonk and like everything goes fine. So use shield on Bolden. You'll save time. You would have saved time there if you had shield because you wouldn't have bonked and had those issues by simply having shield. Good, you're doing those single jumps. You tried to hit that last one, but you started turning too early, so you lost height. Good. And nothing really to criticize so far. You probably could have avoided that first guy and not hit him. And that air swing you did towards the second guy, that's just going to take learning. Oh, you've got a very good seed for those chickens. You just need to learn when, what hits will kill what enemies, basically. That's all you need to learn, you'll be fine. If you go more towards the edge of the platform over here, don't actually go off it, but stand right at the edge. You can manip that guy to walk at a slight angle, so he gets a bit closer before you hammer command. So a small thing you can do there. Good RNG there. And so far, pretty good. Hey, Zam. I used to have dark mode, and then it turned itself off. I don't know what happened. There we go. Dark theme is better, though. You're right. You're right. Zempy the Heligrats, my dude. What was the time? Franz, you need to be... you got very lucky that you slightly bumped one at the end, but this last guy got a bit slowed because of it. You need to basically bump the third guy and fourth guy a bit back so that they walk in a clean line into this door. And yeah. You got a pretty good jump around corner. Everyone messes up the jumps around the corners, so that's fine. 29-23, not bad. Yeah, you took a slightly safe setup into those charges, but that's fair enough. Like, you don't need that time save until, you know, sub 10 level. Well, not sub 10, sub 9, I mean. I'd learn proxy, because inherently, even if you miss proxy, you rarely lose more than half a second, really. Like, in reality, yeah, you often still save time, purely because the decoy gives you more height. In this scenario, because you're not having to do a falling neutral. Because falling neutrals never give you as much height as usual, so general rule. I'd learn to charge straighter and pull out turrets sooner, and be more sure of this clip. Yes, it's an easy clip, and yes, it's nice to just jump through, but be sure of your clips and practice them a bit. You still need to practice clips, inherently. Oh yeah, and don't press triangle to get out of menus. Press start. It saves an input. And also it saves regripping. I don't know if that's a term used here so much. That's a term I have from cubing, but it kind of saves time on gripping. It's small stuff, but you should get used to pressing start so you can get the time save now rather than later. You're shooting into the pole. Shooting the pole is in fact not shooting the ship. So, let's look at this Gorn again. What can I say here? This would be sub 10 if you just press start to get out of menus. Well, the more you know. Okay, so you go straight into it. You kind of were a touch slow onto the nuke, but I mean, not really. You're just not going absolutely insanely quick onto the nuke. That's the real thing. You did the barrel roll to the left, and then you should go right to this. You should be able to get one shot onto this guy on the left side, and then maybe if you're absolutely perfect and you get good RNG, 2 on the left, which is what you want to get. But most of the time you'll have to go 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Yeah, because they were trying to go from the right, but he hadn't gone far enough over and you weren't close enough yet, so they both just hit the pole. That's good, though. Yeah, you're shooting that guy early. It's hard to analyze the second half of this Gorn purely because you got thrown off by not getting the bits. Switch to... after you shoot the first torpedo at this last guy, switch to missiles because you can fire off a shot slightly quicker. It's a small time save. This is a weird thing, but the moment the screen starts to fade to black in pretty much any of the cutscenes in this game, that's when you start mashing start, and you'll skip the cutscene a bit quicker. And also, even before you can visibly see the ship menu again, so you skip, you can start doing it here on this black screen. Maybe a bit closer, more like, yeah. But you can start hitting triangle and down and stuff a bit sooner. It takes a bit of time to get used to to get a feel for it. But you know, you've got to adjust and then it'll become easy enough. Mic, yeah. I sound so close yet so far. I had to turn mic sensitivity all the way up and mic volume all the way up so that the mic actually picks me up and doesn't sound super quiet. But I'm actually like way further away from it than usual because if I move it, it will not work. If I touch the microphone, I'm pretty sure it'll stop working and then I'll have to fix it. So that's what I have to say about Gorn. Just get better at the menu. Ship menuing, ship level menuing, is something that most people overlook. Can I turn it down a bit? Yeah, I can. This should be pretty good. Right about there. That's about normal volume. I am gonna highlight this, don't worry. Yep, you did the fast thing. Yep. Oh, you did switch to decoy. I just didn't see it. Alright, good. You're already doing that. Good. Delay the double jump a bit here so that you get a bit more height, and then slightly delay the wrench swing. Again, small stuff, but you're improving so quick that I'm just saying everything. The moment you see the wrench go into that room, you can start turning. You don't need to wait. You'll still land. That angle's a bit funky. The reason that angle's bad and where you landed is bad is you stop yourself from going into setupless, and you'll save more time by going further back and more towards the middle. Just look at Scott or Them setup, or IN if he has a video. And you shouldn't be doing that in first person. You should really switch to third person on the bridge. There's a lot of debate on if under or over is quicker. I am an over fan. I prefer to go over and land, turn around, wrench swing back, because that feels quicker, and I'm pretty sure I saw a comparison that was quicker, but I could be wrong. Also, the reason to delay is to avoid stupid wrench. That is another good point. If you go too quickly into throwing the wrench after double jumping, especially if you double jump quickly with no delay, you'll get a thing called stupid wrench, where you throw 3 wrenches, rather than just cleanly throwing every wrench, whatever the interval is, you'll throw 3, and then there'll be like a half-second delay. If he goes under, he can't be that far left. Yeah. Yeah, you need to be going like dead center, or even a bit more to this side if you want to be doing the under strat. Else you don't make it over, or you lock on, and it's just bad. If you're constantly getting that lock on, just go over, because you'll save time doing that. You can hear my budgie. Welcome to my budgie, guys. Also known as RG. He's adorable and he's blue. Speed cuck strikes again. Yeah. I actually need to check if you did the right thing with your weapons here. Rhino, decoy, wrench swing. Almost! Learn to do turret. I don't know why people still aren't doing turret decoy. There's no spot you need to use Rhino until Yeetle, but you wouldn't have the same select weapons anyway, assuming you did the same strats when you get to Yeetle. So you should be using turret decoy until right at the end, basically. Yeah, there's no reason not to be using turret. I can understand it can be a little confusing to get used to the different animation, and it can feel a little different for the first, 2 seconds, and then you adjust. So there's really no excuse in my eyes for not using turret. It's just being an optimal for the sake of not changing, and I can see no valid excuse for not doing it. Good, you're doing that. Your angle would have worked. I don't know why you... Let me look at this again. I'm not sure if I'm an idiot or... So you did the double triangle, which is good. A bit of a funky angle, but that still would have worked. Yeah, that would have worked. You would have had to have side flipped left, but it would have worked. Yeah, work on your smog a lot. I can already see there's a lot of slop. When getting... Wait, why am I going so far back? What the hell? So for here, you should be aiming to charge this way, so that you're facing here, or maybe a bit more to the left side of this. I'd prefer to go to the middle, and then side flip to the left, hyper strike, and just hold hard left on the stick. And that gives you a perfect charge position to just go right over here. You just gotta wait for the camera to adjust to see where you've got which direction you got to side flip. I'll side flip right sometimes, left other times. It just depends on where my angle is, because there is slight variation, but like, yeah. Yeah, jerky camera, that's right. I forgot about that. Hold forward going into wrench swings, hold L1 as well. And there's like a flick routine that most of us do for our things. Where's the circle? You see this circle? Watch later is fair games. Rather than what you might do where you hold neutral and then you just flick to the left. Like the analog flicks to the left like that. What you should be doing is you should be holding forward, so where the cursor point is the analog. So when you're holding neutral, it's here, and then it goes straight to the left. You don't want to do that. You want to hold it at the top here, and then when you wrench swing, you go like this. You swing it around, holding it to the edge. And it works, and it's beautiful, and it's clean. You can't see my cursor? It's right here, oh my god! It's up at the watch later. Is it seriously too low res for you to see it that well? God damn it. Point is, when you're holding neutral, you're flicking right to the left. But, and if you can see my cursor, depending on your res, you might be able to. When you're holding neutral, you flick like that. The analog goes right to the left. You don't want that, bad stuff happens. You hold forward and swing it along the side. You're keeping it touching the side the whole time. My cursor's black because I've got it inverted so that I can see it regardless of the color it's over. You know, it's got a white outline with the black middle. Yeah, pretty good through there. You should... I don't know if you just messed up or if you don't go for the double side flip, but it's... one, it saves time, and B, it feels awesome, so there's no reason not to. The decoy side flip, if you're really struggling with the hyper strike, then yeah, do that. But you probably should learn it. Let me have a look at your setup here. Yeah, you're taking even more setup to go for the decoy than you would go for the turret. So you're losing a decent amount of time for this. I'd learn the hyper strike. And if you want, I tried to help you out about a bit with that when you asked me, but if you want more help, I'll give you some more. Just let me know if you need that. You kind of wussed out of going for the side flip there. The side flip is pretty risky, and unless you're on gold pace, most people don't go for it. You're waiting a really long time before charging, and that also gives you a really weird angle to throw the decoy at, and a really weird spot. Oh, what the hell? That was so further back than I meant to go. You can charge from here. Like, if you set up your angle here, you touch to the right and go straight up, you can charge from here and then decoy up. Which saves a lot of time that you waste walking. Also, it gets your angle better. Also means you can then you can charge on top on the flat bit from further back, which means you can hold your charge into this turn, and then charge up here, decoy angle, charge to the end. So, yeah, learn proper rail. Again, there's a lot of debate about if first person, third person's faster. We keep going back and forth. Currently, I'm under the impression that third person is faster, especially considering ComGold has it, but I don't know. It's so close that you just do whatever feels natural, really. And if you can easily quad charge on the rail in first person, then hell yeah, do that. Also, you should have hit triangle the moment you could. You can hit it before you can even move ratchet. You can enter the vendor, so you should do that. And then you just hit triangle and walk backwards. Because if you're walking and then entering vendor, you might as well just turn around and charge backwards. That's quicker. Sneepy is adamant first person's faster and he's wrong. I agree with that because 2 menus versus 1 menu. First person is also way harder to do consistently. That's another really good point. John's comparison ages ago doesn't take into account the menu off memory, which is terrible. Let's not take in the big factor. Alright. Bit of an odd angle, but hey. Yeah, I thought you'd bonk there. Yeti positions are based on where you land. So find a spot that works for you. It can be to the left of the Yeti or to the right of the Yeti, whatever works. Just always do it the same and work on getting that set up the same, but quickly. You got the Hyper Strike and you charge pretty quickly into it. You're a bit too far to the right, so you then had to adjust and go into the cutscene, but, you know, it's small stuff. E, yeah. Angle you should take. Let's just rewind a bit. You're going this way. You're not going to have enough height off that, assuming you don't even lock onto a Yeti or something with a decoy. You should be aiming to go up slightly this way, up the angle even, or straight along here to do the side flip. Yeah, most people don't do the direction-changing hyperstrike on Grelvin unless they're on gold pace. They hyperstrike and use the time while hyperstriking to adjust their camera. And that's an easy, consistent way to do it. It's what I do in most of my runs. Obviously, if you're going for sub 9, like, you won't do that, but, you know. Good proxy. Setup list, I mean, you don't need to be going for setup list, and that almost didn't work for you. You're not going for instaclip. Fair enough. You don't need to. I mean, you can learn it, but it saves like a half second anyway, assuming you do a proper first-person menu. I'm so sad the new clip Scotto found isn't quicker. I want someone to find like a proxy or something with it. You're being really safe. You lost like 2 seconds there. You just jump through and jump around. You really need to practice doing that quickly. It can be a pain, and it might make you lose a few runs because it's hard at first, but, like, fundamentally, losing 2 seconds because you're scared to jump around is not good enough. You don't need to be 90 degrees parallel, alright? Once you get through this wall, you could have jumped from here, and you would have been fine. I can understand being scared, but, like, going all the way back like that, and then getting parallel is just a waste of time. Pause the video and got to pee. No! That's a weird spot to go for that from. Very lucky that worked, not gonna lie. Let's talk about a better spot for you. Go further along, more up to where this line kind of changes, and look a bit more, because what you did, you looked there, you should be looking a bit more, yeah. You can go further along, for one, and you can be looking more to the left, and that gives you a much wider array, or much wider angle that you're able to hit. Also, you've got free PB because look at your sniff. I'm assuming you don't mess up anything here, because if you do, I'm going to cry. Hey, nice. I know Scotto does, like, a side flip or something there. I don't know if that's quicker or not, or if it's only for certain spawns, but I should look into that. But it's like a mega flip out of the gate. So, yeah. Not bad. Overall, pretty good run. Final things to say. It's pretty obvious that you're a freaking... Where's my PS3 one at? PS3 runs, there we are. It's pretty obvious to tell that you're a runner on Rack 1, purely based on the way you adjust your angle and stuff. Shut up, speakers! Why have you got sound? Muting you right now. Thanks for the 1-bit Mandaria. I appreciate your existence. You just like doing falling neutral tech more than R1? Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Final comments for that run. use strafe better. You were pretty good at it. You seem to be embracing the strafe pretty well. But really learn when to use and when not to use strafe. That's going to be a big thing in improving your time. What else? I really don't know. That's pretty much it, really. Yeah, I don't have any other thoughts. If I have any other thoughts, I'll DM you. But yeah, I hope that is somewhat helpful. And yeah, all right, guys, let's play some rack. Specifically, Up Your Arsenal, because that's the best game. My